Hi everyone, today we are going to be painting this super cute folk art inspired whimsical painting. The colors we are doing, you can see, are up in the corner, and it is a very beginner friendly painting, so sit back and enjoy. Thanks. Okay, we are going to begin, and I'm going to go over the materials. I am using my Etcher sketchbook. It is newer. Previously I've done a couple sketches in here, but I will reveal that at a later date. And you may possibly hear my birds today in the background, but I'm going to begin by using my Winsor & Newton Cotman size 10 round. And then I am using my Winsor & Newton paint and my Magello palette. We're going to begin by I like beginning with the sky per usual. So I am going to go ahead and I want it to be a nighttime sky. And so I want to really contrast the moon. And I am going to take some of this ultramarine, a little bit cobalt blue, and a whole lot, probably, of this indigo. And we want it to be like a tea consistency. And I am going to do wet on dry, because I haven't taped this off or nothing, so we're just going to wing it. I should have, but it's okay. Hopefully everybody's going to have a wonderful holiday. This will be the last video before Christmas. So, and then I will have 2 videos before New Year's Eve. The first one being my favorite supplies of 2023. And then I am gonna do a, I'm gonna go ahead and take some black. Ooh, too much. So we're just gonna water it down and it'll be fine, because we want to go ahead and darken it up through here. And then after the supply video, I have a art haul video, and unfortunately I am going to be, well, it's not unfortunately, but I can't afford to do both. But I am going to be saving to take some trips over the summer. So with that being said, I'm going to go around, you guys. I am not the quickest, so if I get a little quiet, it's because I am concentrating for these trees. And I didn't want to use masking fluid because today I'm being lazy. I actually have some other projects I'm currently working on. So I wanted to get the video done and spend time with my family as well. So, but the key thing for this guy is trying to keep a wet area, because if it starts drying like that, you're going to get a hard edge. So we're just going to leave that alone. And then I'm just kind of going around. I should have used masking fluid. It would have made my life a lot easier, but oh well. Anyway, moving on. I lightly sketched out the drawing, so it'll be there. But this is super easy to do. And it don't have to be exactly the same as mine. You know, you can kind of adjust it to how you want. And like I said, we're doing this negative painting. And I still struggle with negative painting because I am not the quickest at painting. So, with that being said, I got a hard line there, but we're working it out. Anyway, so I hope everybody has happy holidays. I hope, or Merry Christmas, or Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. However you guys celebrate. Just happy holidays in general. And I hope you guys have a wonderful new year. I know on my channel we got some new and exciting things coming. We're going to be, I think, having a poll. And it's going to be my first one. So I'm kind of anxious to give it a try. You guys, that is going to be a hard edge. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it alone. I think I'm going to try to blend it out as much as I can. Oh, there we go. Possibly. Did I have fixed it? And I don't know. But hopefully I did. But going back over this, kind of blended it out. Okay. And then I got this like little strip down in here. So we'll just go ahead and do these little bits. That I'll come back to because I'm going to have to kind of wet that. And this is a key. Make sure you have enough fluid or enough paint, because if you don't, it makes things that much harder when you're trying to go ahead and paint and try to mix well and keep from getting any hard lines. Next time, I think, because I am a little slower painter, I don't work really fast. I think I should probably, for hindsight, next time, to use the masking fluid. But anyway, so then what I'm going to do, and we can always clean this up a little bit, that's fine. But I'm going to go ahead and wet this. And what I love about these little etcher sketchbooks is the fact that they are 100% cotton. And it's their everyday line. I can't afford their perfect sketchbook. So, okay. Hopefully that don't leave a hard edge or anything. I should kind of blend it up. And trying to blend it. There's going to be a hard edge there probably, but that's okay. Like I said, I don't work quick enough sometimes. But we're going to put some snow and stuff, I think, possibly in this anyway. So it'll be fine. So we got that done. And then I want to clean this up because I went down too far. So hopefully I can clean that up a little bit. I'm taking a paper towel. I'm using indigo, and I haven't used indigo for a while, and I forgot that indigo is a little bit of a staining color. But that's okay, because we'll have color that goes over that, and it's going to be fine. So, anyway, I hope everybody is doing great. I'm going to move to a smaller paintbrush. I'm using my Princeton Elite size 8 round. And I am going to begin by making like a yellowish orange color. So taking a little bit of cadmium orange. And taking a little bit more of the yellow. And I'm going to begin more with this yellowish mix. And if we need to go over the sky or anything, we'll be able to later. It'll be a lot easier too once we got the color in. So we're going to go ahead once again with this, and then we're just going to block in this color. Hopefully this video is not forever long, but sometimes it takes a while, and I want to show you guys the full process, so how I get to where I get. But you guys have been loving these folk art, whimsical, inspired paintings, so we're gonna do another one, and we're gonna go ahead and do the trees all this color. We are gonna use a limited palette, which I always love doing. It just keeps the paintings nice and simple. Oh, and I'm gonna try to keep my hand out of the way more. It is sometimes hard to do when you're painting, and I totally forgot when I was painting the sky and going around things, so hopefully not trying to bore you guys with that. So if I'm a little out of lines and stuff for a while till I get a hang of it, just bear with me. I'm not trying to stress out too much anyway, because there's enough stress with the holidays. So as you're doing this, just breathe, take some breaths in, take some out, and then I'm going to go ahead and take some of this burnt sienna, and I'm going to leave it a little darker on this side. I'm going to go ahead and try to dab this in, and hopefully it isn't too dry. And if it is, we'll just blend it out that way. But anyway, trying to move relatively quick. And if not, there's a couple tricks we can do. And then going ahead and taking this down for the trunk. Going down for the trunk, and it is drying, but that's okay. It's not exactly ideal, but that's the thing with watercolors sometimes, and working in a sketchbook, you can just make it work. And we are supposed to have fun doing this. And then I'm going to go ahead and put it on this side because of the moon shining. But everybody works at different speeds, and that's okay. What I love about these are they're just super simple, super cute, and a lot of fun. And then we're just going to go ahead and bring her trunk down. And I should have went to a smaller brush, but that's okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to take like this yellowish, brownish kind of mix here now. Using my cadmium yellow kind of mixed with the burnt sienna. And I am just going to go ahead and fill in this part. Our house is going to be white, but houses aren't like truly white, you know? So, well, I'm going to take a little bit more of this. I'm trying to keep it where it's not like super, super bright, but I want it to be a little bit. So, trying to work a little faster and keeping my fingers out of the way of the camera. Like I said, I am actively trying to get better at that. Okay, but I want to get this color in. That's why I like doing the talking. So even if my hand's in the way, you can kind of see. So here is that yellowish mix, the yellow, cadmium yellow mixed with the burnt sienna. And then we kind of got this burnt sienna and cadmium red mix. So kind of keep it in these themes. And then, you know, our red mix. So these are our colors that we're using. And then our sky color. And if you guys look, everything is really coordinating quite well. So those are our color mixes. And now, what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wet this, because I want this to blend in. So I'm just kind of walking it up to it. And then same thing. Same thing here. And we're probably going to go in while this is wet. And I want to take another color just to kind of get like an in-between color of the two. So we're running out of mix, or taking that yellow with a little bit of this red. And you may hear my son, he is watching one of his shows. And I guess it's quite funny. And then taking some of that burnt sienna, working kind of fast. And then we're just going to go ahead and tap it in. And the same thing here. Kind of blending it out. And then do there. Very nice. And then same thing with here. We're going to go ahead and wet it. And then I want to get that in between kind of color. And then if you want, just for a little bit of a highlight even, you can kind of tap, along with the paint's a little dry yet, a little bit of that cadmium yellow in to give it a little bit more color. Okay. And just kind of putting that in. And then this is all kind of blend together. And then I'm going to take a little bit more of that burnt sienna on that one, because it was still wet. Okay. So you can kind of see where we're going with that. And I'm loving how that looks. Kind of clean this up, trying to keep my head and my hand out of it, which is a little challenging sometimes, but okay, there we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a little burnt sienna, because I want, or burnt umber, because I do want to clean this up a little bit. Very nice. And then the last one. And here, I'm just going to go ahead, and I'm even going to go to an even smaller brush. You can use the brush you have if you feel comfortable enough, and I'm going to go ahead and, it's a Royal Land Nickel, I believe, Menta brush, but it works really well because it has a super sharp point. And it's the first one I grabbed. Okay, and if we need to even go darker, we can. So then the next thing I think we should do is I want to go on into the house. So I want to make a black door. And I think we may end up even possibly going over the black with a Sharpie, or a micron. Trying to get this nice and sharp. And that's why some of these details I do. And if my hand is in the way, I apologize, but there's no good way. Okay. And then a window here. Windows here. And if you guys don't feel comfortable enough, you can, this is where you can always use a watercolor, something waterproof that you can use. But I'm just going ahead and using this black. Once again, trying to keep my hands and stuff out of the way, but sometimes this detail is just kind of hard to do. And if you guys do not have a black, like I said, you can use a micron, you can use a Sharpie, you can choose yellow, or you can make your own, which I normally do, but once again, I am being lazy. And then we're going to do this window here. Okay, and then we can go on, and I want to do the roof. So for the roof, I am going to take a mixture of the blue and the black. Mainly black. And we're going to do the first roof. And this, once again, I will try my best to keep my hand out of the way, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get it painted. And like I said, I'm not the fastest one, so but that's why I'm here, to show you that these are just supposed to be relieving some stress. Just super simple, super easy paintings. And I really love this whimsical folk art inspired paintings. And they're just really low pressure, which is nice. And, you know, everybody's so busy during the holidays. Sometimes it can be stressful, you know, dealing with family. Family can be hard sometimes. Okay. And we got that part. So then I think we need to do some shading. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to keep it super simple and super cute. So our shading is not going to be the typical color. That's the whole point of this. we're going to go ahead and just do that darker mix. And put it in that way. And it's just going to look really cute on the painting. And you're going to have to totally ignore that I have indigo there, because that's okay. And then we got our little house. So we'll do that shadow. Burnt sienna is such a pretty color. I have to say, I use so much of it, and it is one of my favorites. I really enjoy it so much. It is a lovely color. Okay, there's the shadow for the house. Taking a little bit more burnt sienna, mixing it all here. Okay, and then for this tree. Now we're going to put a fence in, but we're going to do it last with some white. But we're going to go ahead and I want to put the shading in for it. So it's in there. And then I'm trying to decide where to do the lines going across. And this is probably not going to be all the way right with perspective on it, but that's okay. I think we'll have the gist of it. Now, I just want to go in, and I don't know if this is going to make any difference, but I just kind of want to dab some stuff in just to maybe add a little bit of texture to it. And I am using a thicker consistency of paint, more like a cream. And just kind of poking it in, because I just want to add a little bit more texture and to give the appearance of leaves. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So, and then if you don't like that, how it looks, what I kind of want to do for this one is to kind of go back over it with some water to soften it up, so it don't look like such a hard edge. Okay, and we're almost done. I want to move on to a little bit of shading for the house, and then we can do our moon. So taking a very watery mix of our sky color, and I do mean very watery, kind of dabbing it off. We're going to go underneath there, kind of going underneath here, because we want to add a little bit of shading. And then I like to do a little bit under the windows. Kind of through here because of this. just a little bit. Sorry. Trying to fight a little bit of a sinuses and stuff. It's that time of year. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and kind of draw that line down. You can hear my son laughing again. And then kind of doing the same thing right there, giving it a little bit more of an edge. But not too much. And then I want to blend that out a little bit. So kind of looks like that. And then my black spread. So if you're watching this in the future, you're not painting along, wait to, I would definitely do the windows last. So in hindsight, that's one thing I would do a little bit different. So with those being that, I just got a little bit more shading here. And underneath that one. And now for our moon. Because that's all I'm going to do for the house. I want to leave it white. And for the sky, it don't have a very cohesive blend. So another hindsight for me is next time I more than likely will be using masking fluid, which I think will be better in the long run. So I'm going over this, and it has a little bit of a blue, but that's okay. And then this, doing that, and then I'm gonna kind of dab some of this out because we just kind of want to give a little hints of it. And trying to rub this out. Like I said, it should have had a cleaner edge, but that's okay. Like I said, next time I will definitely use a masking fluid, but that's okay. I am loving how it looks. And so now I think I'm going to go ahead and do another layer of this, but I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have enough. And I want to go over this so I can, what I'm trying to do is I want to smooth some of this out and get more of a uniform blend. And then we're gonna do a pretty cool trick. If I can do this quick enough. Kind of taking it down real quick. Going back up. And then down through here. And then before this dries, and see how it's given it just that a better, cleaner look. Went over my tree, didn't mean to. But that's okay, because it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. So now that that's more of a even, I am going to take some of my PH Martin's bleed proof white, and with a very sharp point I want to put in some stars. And you guys may hear talking in the background, but that's my family here, my boyfriend and my son. And my birds, you know, they have to make an appearance too. And then, so I want to kind of clean up this edge. So I'm going to take some of my PH Martin. I'm going around the tree and the sky and the roof. And that's the one good thing that you guys, you can always, like, if you didn't keep your white, because sometimes it is hard to do, like my hands shake and everything else. So sometimes I find that leaving the negative space can be kind of hard. You don't always have to go right, but a good save is if you have this or some gouache or some acrylic, it can truly, truly save. I know sometimes I appreciate knowing some of these tricks of the trade. So got that bleed proof white on, and then I want to cover up that, but it made this look so much better. And I'm a little too OCD just to let it go. So my moon is looking a little wonky, but that's okay. And I love how my house looks. And then I have to do one, but I think this looks really cute and really whimsical. I hope you guys enjoyed. And once again, everybody have many, many blessings. We all need those. And you guys, here is the complete painting in all of its glory. But you guys have a very, very Merry Christmas, and I will be looking forward. There will be 2 more videos after Christmas before New Year's Eve. So thank you, thank you, thank you for everybody who has watched my videos. I do greatly appreciate it. God bless. Bye, everyone.